So let's look at the first assignment submission from week two. So I'm not going to address the headdress because we are focusing on hair for now. When we get to the subsequent week that addresses fashion and stuff, then we can look at the headdress. But for now, I just want to look at the head, the face. So I was looking at this character and I was reminded of the treatment, and the word tired stood out to me because if she's a shaman that is seeking reincarnation to reunite her lost one, so the idea is that she has been waiting for many years and she has grown like really tired and weak. So I think this word tired is very very key, and I'm just wondering what ways can we show that she's tired. And I thought about what if we show this with her eyes. So she has like a sad eye with wrinkles because she's supposed to be 90 70 years. She's supposed to be 70-year-old woman. So she might actually be older than 70 years now I think about it, because she's been living for centuries, I guess. For somebody who is trying to reincarnate, she's probably lived way longer than 70 years. So she definitely has to have wrinkles. Then I was looking at the shape language. This thing is something you need to avoid because when you have a shape like this, like the two of them, these two lines are perfectly, they are tilted at the same angle, opposing each other. When you have two forces coming like this, they're going to cancel each other out. So you want to, instead of doing this, because I can imagine that these two lines are going to meet somewhere here and it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right, especially with respect to what I mentioned last week from Michael Matese's book on force. This is not a very forceful way of drawing. So instead of having them tilt at the same angle, why not do like maybe her cheekbones are here and then this one comes down, something like that. And then she's going to have like really sagging eyes, because for somebody who is tired, you want to play with the idea of sagging, like a lot of sagging because of time. Like time has taken its toll on her skin, so there's going to be a lot of sagging. So she's definitely going to have like way more sag with the eyes. Now, at this drawing you did, I don't know if this was supposed to be one you did with shape language, if this is a blind drawing or this is, I don't know what technique you used here. The assumption is that this is the head of the character, that this is the B part of the assignment. So if this is the B part of the assignment, it would be nice to see your different, like how you arrived at this, your different rough sketches, like your thumbnails and rough sketches you did. But I mean, we have to work with I have to work with what I'm giving. So yeah, so she's going to have a lot of I think she should have a lot of wrinkles here and there. Not so much, but yeah, I think she's gonna have more wrinkles than this. You can to sell that sadness of her eyes. You can do this, right? And then the eyebrows. I don't know how you want to do the eyebrows. You try. I think I don't know why your eyebrows are perfectly round like this, but it's not very interesting to look at when it's perfectly like rounded like this. It'd be nice to try, maybe instead of having your lines perfectly rounded like this, why not shift the energy to one side like this or like this? So these two are more interesting to look at than this. So why not do something like this? Or if you want, you can do the other way around like this. All right. Then the ear, the placement of the ear. So with how low the ear is, the it looks like she's looking up. She's looking upwards, like her head is tilted backwards to like she's looking up. But she's it doesn't look right because it looks like she's looking straight. I know she's looking straight because of the way her nose is, her lips. So I was thinking that this ear should be moved up. Thinking this ear should be moved up. Yeah, somewhere around there. It's fine. All right. So okay, maybe we can give her more sag like that. And you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to avoid, this side of her face. Like this, I'm trying to avoid symmetry because if I could draw an imaginary line, you can see that this side is different from this side. You want to try to make them as different as possible. So it doesn't look like you just used a mirror tool in Photoshop to draw. I mean, people do that, but it's not the best. It's not the best because in reality, the human face is not even symmetrical. Okay, so that's that for that one. And then for these sketches, you actually did the whole sketch. I thought you were going to pick. The idea was to select a couple of characters, not to sketch everything. So I don't know if you watched the video if you were in class, but I made a lot of emphasis on these pictures were carefully selected because they have interesting shapes in terms of the shape of the heads and then the proportion. Like some parts of the faces are super exaggerated for these characters. So these are carefully selected pictures that I sent to you guys, and I was hoping that that you guys would. I was hoping that you'd be able to find the interesting features of the face that you can exaggerate. So you see the gap, you see how long her forehead is here. I was hoping that you would play with that idea and make the forehead like really long and then maybe compress the face, the nose and all of that. I mean, you kind of did it here. You kind of did it, but it doesn't seem like you really pushed it as far as possible. Then also I'm not seeing your take on blind drawings. Like I don't think there's any blind drawing here from what I see. So it would have been nice to see that, but that's because that was the A part of the assignment. So for this character, for example, she has a long forehead. The same thing too as this one. She has a long forehead. So I was hoping that you'd notice that you kind of did, but it's still not prominent. Like there's a way you can exaggerate the forehead that when the way you adjust the other parts of her face will kind of, and then she has this interesting, see, so the shape of her face from what I see here is something like this. She has this interesting long forehead and almost like a short chin. So I was expecting you to play with that idea, maybe shorten her chin, maybe her neck can be long. So it's just to move things around so that it doesn't look perfectly, like it doesn't look like a perfect person. It's like caricature, like caricaturizing the face. Yeah, something like that. So I feel you could have played more with this proportion. Yeah, the same thing with everything. Like these are carefully selected pictures, and they all have unique. Like this woman's head is like triangular and it's long, So we could have maybe put her eyes down here, the nose here, the lips here, and then maybe the chin like really, really short. So this is one way you could have exaggerated this particular picture, then give her like a lot of wrinkles. This is a very rough sketch, but the idea is I'm just trying to show you some of the missed opportunities you had with this. The same thing too with this woman, like her face is, mm, she has a very big forehead. Like her forehead is really big, and then her chin is very short, something like that. So it's to move all these things around and play with them and to see what you get. So this is her neck here. This one, she has a very, very slim head. Like I could have probably even made this head like super slim, make it like very, very, very slim. And that's the nose, the mouth, the eyes. You see how whimsical this sketch is, but it looks like her. So it's just to play with all these components. All right, so that's that for this one.